Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bullhucker podcast. I'm Moose Lundstrom.
And I'm Adam Vokey.
Look who's back.
Look who's back, yeah. I finally figured out where he was recording podcasts, and I crashed it. I kidnapped Matt and didn't see it, and I took over. So.
People said, is Adam dead? And I'm like, he wishes. Right? There's days.
There's been days.
We have a guest today. We have a special guest.
We do?
I think he's like the Prince of Brush now. Is that how that works out?
I think so.
Oh, you're the oldest?
I'm the middle one.
So Jesse's the Prince of Brush.
He's the youngest one.
You're like the Prince, what's the redhead?
I don't know.
Come on. Diana's middle kid. They're the youngest one.
The bastard? I don't know.
Oh, God, this is horrible. Is he a bastard, you think? Prince Henry. God damn it. Welcome to the Bullhucker podcast. We don't know shit about anything, but...
We flunked American history. The hell with, Europe.
Right, it's fucking horrible. Prince Henry. I got that one. So anyway, that was going to be a funny joke until I totally screwed that up. So let's just move on from here. Jake Spore, what's going on, my man?
Not much.
Thank you for coming on.
My mom convinced me to do it. I don't know why. I don't think any of my stories make us sound like stand-up citizens. So
that's not what she says. That's not what she says.
Well, you haven't heard the
You'll notice yet. I didn't say who your mom is yet because she's leery on how this is going to go. So,
we'll reveal that at the end along with the Bullhucker.
She's a prominent person in our society, which is why I asked if you were the prince. So it's she may be the mayor or something. I don't know.
Something like that.
I don't know. She's
some title, elected official.
Some wacky shit. She's actually the first female mayor of Brush, Colorado.
Yeah,
really?
She's probably not winning re-election after this.
Yeah, I think she might, because nobody else wants to do it. That's what that is. So Dana's a crazy
Who are
one.
we voting for? Well, we voted for Dana last time, but did you see that Bullhucker with her son?
Yeah. Punching hookers and killing people. Jesus. What kind of madness is this? Where are we at? We're actually somewhere brand new. It's actually somewhere kind of cool where we're at.
It is.
It's a brand new business going into Brush. It's the Brush Emporium. Mm-hmm. And we're not going to talk too much about it because after the podcast, stick around. One of the owners is with us today and is going to give us a quick 5-minute spiel on what's going on with the new business, what they're going to do, and all that cool stuff. It's going to be kind of neat. It's going to be like I'll let him explain it. It'll be it's something to help out local businesses. It's so kind of a cool idea, but he's going to explain it later. So I don't mess it up. There'll be no hooker stabbing, no, out here.
No, hooker stabbing free zone.
He was like, no hooker stabbing. Or he's going to fail already. So,
like you wanted to succeed, dude.
Yeah.
Right. Where are you from, man? In North Dakota.
I drove down from Williston. So
you're in North or South Dakota?
North Dakota.
North Dakota.
So you go 25 miles ish from Montana. Drive north till you smell maple syrup, and then you're about there. What do they call a hat in Canada? A toque. Yeah.
Toque. It's ridiculous. They call are all hats toques or just
like beanies?
The winter hats.
Yeah.
Where do the girls live?
They live in Hazen, North Dakota.
Okay.
How far is that away?
That's from Williston. It's about 3 hours.
Everything's about.
But, yeah, I spent 3 weeks at a job site in Tioga.
That's a fun place.
Right?
What's the name of it again?
I live in Williston.
Williston. How many people are in Williston?
It's like 30,000-ish.
Oh, that's bigger than us.
Yeah.
Not about Brush and Morgan put you out.
During the oil boom 10 years ago, it was 100,000 probably.
Really? Well, it's hard to say how many people lived at Walmart, but...
Ain't nothing wrong with it, bro.
We're talking about killing hookers. That's...
There's no hookers in our Walmart, I don't think. Or they blend in. I don't think they charge.
Rumor has it they would bring a bus full of hookers, and then people were living in campers.
Really?
Come up from Vegas on a bus.
What's that movie back in the day? Was Here Come the Trick? Get your trick money. Here come the hookers. What's that Adam Sandler movie?
You're asking me about a movie, dude.
Yeah,
Seriously,
come on.
I'm
talking about. And the old man got mad 'cause he had a hooker back in the day. His wife always harassed him. They're like in their 80s now.
No idea.
Come get their trick money. No, I'll think of it.
I'll have to do some research.
Here come the hookers. Well, we got, if you're new to the Bullhucker podcast, God damn, it's so early in the morning, dude. I'll have to cut that part out. I almost said the toque hooker.
The podcast?
The podcast.
Are we in Canada now?
You know what?
Toques and podcasts?
Fuck Canada, bro. As I told you earlier, that's where we should build the wall. Okay, Canada. That's the real threat right there with their weird language and syrup. It's unholy.
They're all taller and better looking than me.
Syrup, denim, and Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons. I know what Tim Hortons is about fat guys, so that checks out. But you ever been to a Tim Hortons? I've had the macaroni and cheese at Walmart. It's amazing. I don't know if the restaurant holds up to it. But anyway, welcome to the Bullhucker podcast. If you do the podcast, This podcast, we bring on a guest. They tell 3 stories about their life. Now, here's the kicker. Only 2 of these stories are true. One is either halfway made up, all the way made up, or it's a borrowed story. Now, sir, Jake. God, it's so early in the morning. What is it? Is it a borrowed story? Is it halfway made up or all the way made up?
Characters are changed.
Okay, so it's partly made up. Okay. So what is it? Does that mean it's borrowed? Are you the changed character?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so it's kind of a borrowed story too. Kind of a half and half.
Yeah.
All right. So those are tough though.
They are.
Well, it's hard to just completely bullshit.
Right.
Because then your story lacks detail.
Right. Well, I Rob Funderhide, who just came out he'll come out next week. He totally made up one on us, and the old man fooled us because he's a liar, a fucking liar. So, what's up, Rob? So anyway, okay, that makes it tougher though.
It does.
It's been when's the last time we were on the podcast? It's been a while. I haven't seen you.
It's probably, I don't know. It's been a while.
Adam has he's a security safety guy. God, it's early in the morning. We should start this shit all over again. Start from the scratch.
I'm the safety manager for a construction company.
So when someone falls off of like a roof or hits himself with a chainsaw, he's got to go tell him it's not okay. Like,
yeah.
he's gotta
I wouldn't have done it like that. Thanks, boss.
That is not ideal.
Captain Hindsight.
So.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that sticker on my hard hat.
You should have that, Captain Hindsight.
There's a South Park character, so you could probably find like a meme. I wouldn't have done it that way. And it just flies off.
Going to become famous for Captain Hindsight. And then you'll be like, I made that up. I was on a podcast. I made that up. And then you'll find out that I had to cut that whole part because I kept fumbling through my words like a head injury. So, okay. Jake, are you going to tell some stories?
I guess.
I think
I got my brother here to keep me in check.
Jesse. Yeah, Jesse wasn't into doing this, though.
No? His stories aren't cheeky and fun. They're usually just incriminating.
That's not what your mom said. Your mom was like, well, Jesse does it. Oh. She had the fear of Jesse's what she had. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's the oldest, right?
He's the youngest.
Oh, he's the youngest. Who's the oldest?
Justin.
Justin's the oldest.
He's the least degenerate. So.
Like
it's ascending. It's inverse relationship.
You're like copies of a copy of a copy just gets less and less clear the whole time.
Exactly.
Kind of a little shittier the whole way down. Okay, man. Mr. Vokey, you want to name him off for us?
I will. We've got Anne Frank, first time in jail, and Easy Tiger.
Easy Tiger. The Anne Frank one kind of scares me. Let's see where that goes.
I hope it doesn't come across anti-Semitic. It's just a historical reference.
That's what I'm talking about, hide and seek.
Basically.
Here on the podcast, we don't care. I mean, we've already crossed every line, whatever. Corby Needler told a joke on here. I need to repeat it. You watch the Corby Needler episode. I almost cut it out. Like, I was editing. I'm like, shit, should I leave that in? And I did. I
don't care if he needs a job in the future.
If they come up to Corby Torques, he's a big boy. He's big, so he can defend himself. So, Mr. Vokey, you haven't been here a while, so why don't you pick a story?
I'm going to go. I want to hear all 3 of them. Can you tell them all 3 at one time? This is awesome. Let's go with first time in jail.
Oof. So I was 21. My buddy wasn't 21, but we lived in Butte, America, in Montana, and rules are a little iffy there. So we knew the bartender, and he wasn't going to be able to party on his 21st birthday. So we went out 2 days early, and the bartender said, yeah, close enough.
He rounded up. That's nice.
So we got him all fucking piled up, and we're in an alleyway. I'm taking a piss behind a garbage can, get hit with a spotlight.
Oh,
and he's like, you pissing in my alley? And I was like, you bet. And so the cops come out, and they're like, hands behind your back. And I was like, for taking a piss? Well, apparently people pissing on buildings has become quite a problem in Butte, and they're cracking down.
You might want me to finish, officer, before I put my hands anywhere.
So I still just like thinking this is going to be no big deal.
Right.
They write him an MIP, minor possession, 2 days before his 21st birthday.
They wrote you I just peed.
They didn't give me a pickle ticket, which was nice. They could have.
What's a pickle ticket?
It's indecent exposure. Yeah. Which makes you a sex offender, which is not fun to have to register that shit.
A pickle ticket.
So I got disorderly conduct, which is the cheapest ticket they can take you to jail for.
Nice.
And so they're just trying to make this as inconvenient as possible. And so I get to jail, and I just cashed my check from grading papers. So you make like $9 an hour because we're in college, right?
Right.
And so I had $182 in my pocket.
Oh, gee.
Bail's $185. Fuck. You know, I'm sitting there, and they let you make as many phone calls as you want, and they let you look at your phone, and there's not a single sober person that's awake that in my phone contacts that can answer their damn phone.
You just don't. You're not friends with those kind of people. Yeah,
That's Butte, so it's notoriously drunk. So I have to stay the night. I get my cellmate, this big tatted up native dude, you know, neck tattoos, and I'm like, fuck. He's like, what are you in for? I asked him first. He's like, oh, yeah, I hit my girlfriend with the lawn chair, so. It's like, what about you? I was like, same. I'm not going to tell him I was peeing.
I hit your girlfriend with a lawn chair, too.
I made pee outside.
So, but yeah, so it was pretty terrible. I must have known that I was not pretty stoked about this because they made me spread my cheeks and cough in front of the old lady. Fucking had us both in the suicide smocks. Maybe they were more worried about the cellmate killing me than.
like a.
It's not a straitjacket. It's just
Okay.
like a Kevlar version of what they give you in a hospital.
Okay.
But you can't rip it and hang yourself or whatever.
Oh, I see.
Haven't you guys been to jail a bunch of times?
I have not. I have not.
Yes, I have.
Thank you.
You guys don't know what pickle tickets are?
I didn't know what a pickle ticket. You know what? I can
Never
tell
been in
you,
a suicide smock.
when I edit these podcasts, I think long and hard about what the damn title's going to be, and it's already. I don't even give a
Pickle
shit
Ticket?
what Ed Frank or Easy Tiger says. His title of his podcast is Pickle Ticket, because that's something that has now become in my new vocabulary.
Anyway, so early in the morning, like 4 or 5, you know, my newfound homie's like, hey, my mother's here. She's got $3. You want to ride? Like, fuck no. I'll ride this one out. And so my little brother, we're supposed to get on a bus and go to a football game because they take the party bus from Butte to Helena. It's like an hour drive.
Right.
And so he shows up at my house. Like, Jake's not there. His roommate's like, I don't know. Check Ryan or check John's house because that's who he was out with. And you know, John comes out like rubbing his eyes. Oh, Jake's in jail. Like, didn't think to fucking tell anybody before you went to bed last night. he's chilling in jail.
He was safe. It's fine.
What was I going to do? Fuck it, I'll do it tomorrow.
Fucking asshole.
I think he's still pissing in the alley.
He went for a piss and I never came back.
And so he calls the cop or calls the jailhouse. Like, do you have Jake Spore in there? And the sheriff goes, you need $3 and a sober driver. Emphasis on the sober driver. Now they're like, fuck, who didn't drink last night? Nobody. So now they're trying to, we gotta like find somebody's girlfriend. Show up with $3 to get me out of jail.
That's the best part. To get you out, that you need $3.
No, $3. Yeah, and my little brother's like, what the fuck would they need $3 for?
I mean, they did haul you to jail. I mean, it's like.
So yeah, so I lost a paycheck and made a new friend.
This is jail, not swap meet. You know, it's like a Chinese flea market, man. Yeah, we're gonna need the exact amount here. You know? We're not here to barter with you. That's fantastic.
Well, yeah, the old lady that thinks I'm gonna kill myself. It's like, wouldn't it be easier to spot me $3 and let me go home?
Here's a weird offer, lady. How about you give me $3 and you don't gotta look up my ass? I think everybody wins that situation, you know. I don't want to.
But that was my only poor experience with Butte, Silver County. Silver Bowl County.
The rest has been to jail. Oh, heavenly.
No, the cops always let us go. Almost always let us go.
What year is this around?
Shit.
Last week.
So I just turned 21, so like 2015 probably.
Okay. All right. What do you think about that one, Bo?
That was awesome. I can't. I'm just sitting here thinking of a way to use pickle ticket today.
Oh, shit.
You don't want a pickle ticket, man.
He don't, but he wants to use that term.
I want to use that term somehow.
There's been a few terms on this podcast that came about that I'm like, oh, that's not part of my fucking vocabulary. Pickle ticket. When you get the spotlight shined on you, how hammered are you when this happens?
I wasn't like that hammered.
Okay.
But John was like, I was like carrying his ass, and I have no idea how he made it home. Because he asked for a ride, and they're like, no, here's your ticket. Keep walking, you piece of shit.
That's amazing. When the spotlight comes on, you should just turn around and start telling jokes. Like, oh, hey.
I just flash my pecker. And
Don't forget to tip your waitress. Don't forget to tip your waitress, everybody. Thank you. Good night.
Well, Butte is one of the last places that there's, besides like Vegas, where you can just drink outside.
Oh, can you?
Yeah. So they made a rule while I was there that, like, okay, as long as you're allowed to drink or allowed to buy alcohol, you can drink outside. But the hours from 2 to 8 in the morning or whatever, no more drinking outside. Apparently, because you would leave the bar with your drink, and then you're like, well, I'm done with this, and you just throw it. And
Yeah.
So, like, the streets are just paved with broken glass.
Of course.
And
Just like Vegas.
yeah.
Big Vegas. How many glasses do you see on the strip at Vegas?
Oh,
All of them. You been to Vegas?
Yes, I
Yeah.
can't go back to Vegas.
Oh,
Some, you got white girls like, Vegas can't handle us. I can't handle Vegas. There's too many people offering me too many fun things. That's another story I can't tell.
Is that why you
here.
live out in the middle of nowhere?
Yes, 100%. All the drugs are stepped on by then. So
How's your son, Dana? Send him to an Amish community. We felt that was the best way to keep him out of trouble. So
I learned my lessons.
he's been using the butter and up with the hairy women. So, all right, one story down. It did not disappoint. That was first time in jail. We have two left, Anne Frank and Easy Tiger. Well, I always pick the one I want to hear the most last. I always save it for the last. So let's instead hear Easy Tiger.
Okay, so this is not a super long story. So me and my little brother hacking cigarettes, hacking heaters as we called it, outside of the pita pit. And girlfriends are inside, eating, and there's a window, we can see them.
Right.
And it was Halloween. And so one girl's dressed up like Cinderella, the other girl's dressed up like Jasmine, and I was dressed up like Raja the tiger. And so I got like a 13-year-old girl's freaking headband tiger,
Right.
and I got my face painted cute. And my little brother's dressed up like Daisy Duke, so he just cut his shorts as short as he could get them, and then tied a flannel tube top style, big hairy belly hanging out. And it's like 25 degrees outside, and we're smoking cigarettes.
Tell me less.
These guys are walking by. Hey, look, it's Fat Jasmine and Slutty Cinderella. So I just popped this guy real quick, knock his head off the mirror of this car. And I don't want to sound like I'm tough, because I would have for sure lost this fight, like I do most of them.
But you put a lot of work in this costume, and that was uncalled for, right?
And she's not that fat.
Yeah.
And Cinderella was not slutty, so I don't. So it's totally uncalled for.
Yeah.
And so the other guy steps up to kick my ass, and luckily Daisy Duke was there to save me. So he throws his chest and his tube top into this guy and bounces him off the car.
Right.
And so we're getting ready to throw down. He looks up at me. He's, Easy Tiger. I'm like, fuck, I'm dressed like an adorable tiger. Like, we just shook hands. He's like, that was uncalled for. He was on his way. I was like, that was the strangest fucking interaction.
Instead of punching you a high five, like, that's well done.
Well played.
Good call, man. Good call. Easy Tiger. Do you know what that reference is? Spider-Man, right? I don't know. Oh, okay, well, I'm the nerd at the table. Yes, it's Spider-Man. That's what his wife calls him.
Is it?
Uh-huh. Easy Tiger.
All right.
What's the weirdest thing you ever dressed up for Halloween?
I don't know.
Is that the worst thing you've ever dressed up for as Halloween?
Daisy Duke was pretty rough, but that wasn't me. I don't know. I haven't done much weird stuff for Halloween.
I used to work at a nightclub in Pueblo, as I always talk about, and they used to have a Halloween party every year. Top 3 costumes went to Vegas. It was a big thing in Pueblo, and so we'd go maul the Salvation Army or whatever. I'd find this big pink Mexican dress, like the Sweet 16.
Quinceañera.
Yeah, man. Holy shit! And I had the cleavage to fill it out. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a fat guy, so it was good. My buddy Mike Woodrick, rest in peace, Mikey. Dressed as a bumblebee. Well, I worked at the bar, so you go pre-game before you go to work, right? I always went to work a little sloshed, you know what I'm saying? Or at least buzzed.
It makes the day go faster.
So Mike was a zookeeper on the side, or that was his main job. The bartending was on the side. We went out and drinking to bar after bar, right? Had a beer here, had a beer there. downtown, there's a place called the Pirates Cove. It's a notorious gay bar in Pueblo, right? Like where everybody's wearing leather and like the spikes and shit when it's not Halloween.
Yeah, it's just,
That's just Friday night.
Yeah, it's fucking Tuesday, right?
Mike's Hard Lemonades are always $1.
Right. So we walk in, and we're a little buzzed right now, and the bartender looks at me and goes, "Oh, hey, Mike." And I think, oh, shit, I've been duped. Like little Star Wars thing, like, it's a trap. It's a trap. So I sit down, and he pops up a Miller Lite and gives it to Mike, and I'm like, Mike, did your wife know that at the gay bar you and the bartender are homies? You were ride or die with the dude serving drinks at the Pirates Cove? And turns out they had ZooAC meetings, or what are they, the little zoo. Anyway.
There's an underground zoo community.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what it is. You stare at a hippo's ass all day, you're going to see some weird shit. Everything goes out the door. So they'd have their little meetings at a bar every week or every month or whatever it was, and there was 2 gay zookeepers. So when it was their turn, that's where they went to go have it. So they used to go drink in there. But yeah, it was like I had like a big blonde wig, and there was a big dude with green hair staring at me, and I was like, oh, this is where it gets bad. This is one of those I don't talk about this story ever again stories. But it didn't end like that, so now that's why I tell you the story. So, but it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, I've only made it about 20 minutes in a gay bar before I got kicked out for being too drunk. So.
You think they want to keep you there?
Yeah, it's like didn't even realize bars cut people off at this point in my life.
The jukebox there had a lot of Michael Jackson in it. It was like really weird, like a really like niche.
Michael Jackson and Cher.
Oh, dude, laugh it up, dude. That's what was in there. There was a ton of Cher. Linda Ronstadt. I don't remember. There wasn't a great selection though, man. But Mike's like, this is a pretty cool bar. Maybe it seemed all right. The bartender was super nice to Mike, so whatever.
And the guy with green hair was super nice to you.
Oh, yeah. So after they went to work, and Miranda, her dad, down in Springfield, in Southern Colorado, he owned a bar, and he named it the Pirates Cove, right? Yeah, because I think they're the Pirates down there, right? Like the high school mascot's the Pirates?
Springfield is the Longhorns. Pritchett is the Pirates.
Okay, so it's closer to that, whatever it is. That's why he called it the Pirates Cove. When Miranda and I were hanging out, she told me that, and I said, does he know, because it's in Southern Colorado, in Pueblo, that's a notorious gay bar? She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, it's a gay bar.
It's like, you accidentally just started another gay bar.
So she told him that thing changed names the next day. Or like the next week, man. He goes, yeah, it's something now like the Cowboy Spurs, some shit. But
that's not much fucking better.
No, but it's a little bit. So, because if you go through Pueblo and you go by this little bar and it's like the Pirates Cove, like, holy shit, it's a franchise. Yeah. I could go for some Michael Jackson and margaritas right now. How about you guys? High fives all around. So, you never dressed up for Halloween, man?
Not much as an adult. Just never really.
Stick in the mud zone.
When you're my size, it's hard to find costumes that fit, man.
Hey.
I used to look like a tweaker. I think I weighed like 125 pounds when I was a junior in high school.
Right.
And so I got all the black kids to be rappers, and I was Eminem with them. It's like super honored. I'm in a town that's 99% white. I rounded up 5 black kids, and they were privileged.
You're the Eminem. That could go to anybody. If 99% white, then anybody could be Eminem, but they picked you. Yeah. That's nice. I used to always dream of being this big guy. I used to say I love Twinkies. I do love Twinkies. You know what I'm saying? They're delicious. And I found a Twinkie outfit one time. I used to drive the Budweiser truck and that. Remember that?
Of course I remember this. This happened about 2 months after I started at Budweiser.
That's how we met.
You're wearing a Twinkie costume.
Oh, Bud.
I'm sitting at my desk doing my end of the day deposit. All of a sudden I hear the door open. He comes walking in dressed like a Twinkie. I was like, what the fuck? I'm thinking, where did I go to work?
Some Greenfield bitches who wants to find out. There was no takers, by the way. No takers.
I really wanted that.
But I used to drive the Budweiser truck like that. Just drive my little Twinkie outfit. A lot of pictures taken. A lot of pictures. So, all right, we got 2. What did you think about that one?
That was a good one, too.
It's always bad when someone's going to kick your ass and verbally gets the best of you. You know? That's the worst. All right, we got one left. Anne Frank.
Oof. So we made the newspaper for this one.
The hometown.
Yeah.
The one you're in now?
No, Butte. Yeah.
Oh, Butte, okay.
So my buddy, he was running for student body president or something in college, and then he made these posters, and he's like, win or lose, we still booze. Like, his last name was Lot, so it's like too lot to handle party. So it was the house, they called it the cabin, mostly because it was just really fucking cold.
Right.
Because he had to heat the house with a wood stove.
Nice.
And everybody would get too drunk and let the fire go out, and then you'd wake up and you could see your breath. They froze the toilet downstairs and it cracked. And it used to be an antique shop. So the whole house is just like a big open space like this with wood floors and wood walls.
Right.
So pretty good for throwing pretty insane parties because it's basically set up like a bar.
Right.
And then, they had a grow house in the back where people used to grow weed back there. So they had all these hooks and shit.
Is it legal there or it's not legal there?
It wasn't at the time. For
Is
sure,
it now?
No. I think so.
Okay.
But, yeah, so, yeah, I'm like, dude, the cops are going to come. Talking to the kid throwing the party. He's like, they'll be cool. Like, they're not going to be cool. This is out of control.
You got a house full of weed and a broken toilet downstairs.
There wasn't any weed at this time.
They're gonna have
but
questions.
It's oddly suspicious. It's like, why do you have so many LED lights hanging in your sunroom?
That's where we dry our laundry.
So I don't know. There's hundreds of people in this house, packed. And I was like, so I'm not running. Too fat. Not going to do it.
Right.
They said they had a crawl space. And the bed covered the door almost perfectly. So you could roll the bed out, get in the crawl space, roll the bed back, close the door. Can't be seen. So I told my buddy, like, I'm going up there. Like, you should go up there. You're going to go to jail. You're throwing the party. He's like, nah, I think they'll be cool. Like, so stupid. And the cops eventually break up the party. I go, and I might have, I think it was codeine. I think I made some scissor at the time.
You made some what?
Scissor.
So, it's great because like everybody would get just horrible colds, and then we'd go to parties and drink scissor, and then it's actually not that fun of a thing to do at a party because you just get really sleepy.
I kind of follow what exactly is scissor. I mean,
Codeine.
But it's anything else? Just
Yeah, I don't know. It's like Sprite, and you put a Jolly Rancher in there.
Yeah, it's like the codeine. And
Yeah, we just
like
drank
an energy drink. And, like Lil Wayne used to drink it. Or something. Lil Wayne or one of them.
Yeah, 3-6 Mafia has a song about it, but so, I don't even think I mixed it with anything. I was just walking around with a bottle of codeine.
Yeah, why spin around?
It's like everything else is just speed bumps for where I'm trying to get.
Right.
So I was sitting there, heart's racing. I can hear kids jumping out the window. This is like 3 stories up,
Right.
and the kids are jumping out the window because it's Butte. It's like super old town, mining town. So the houses are like this far apart.
Right.
So kids would just get on roofs and start running down the street until they got a roof that was close enough to the ground that they could. And I can hear the cops just like, these kids are fucking crazy. And they're searching the room that I'm in, and I can see them like look under the bed. I'm like, oh fuck, because there's a tiny little crack in the crawl space if you look real hard, if you look under the bed.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't catch me. I'm like, oh. Because I was just thinking about how embarrassing is it going to be when this big ass cop like drags me out of this crawl space by my fucking ears.
Let's go 8 Mile.
So I hear him checking the closet. They don't find anybody, and then codeine kicks in. I start doing this and fall asleep. So I later found out. So cops were letting everybody go because they were usually pretty cool.
Yeah.
And when the cops recognized the girl, she's still in high school.
Oh,
We were
no.
like, oh fuck! Now the homeowners look creepy.
Right. Right.
So they had, basically everybody in the basement was cornered. Everybody else that was upstairs was able to skedaddle out of there.
Right.
And the cops couldn't catch anybody. And so we made the newspaper because it was like 27 MIPs, the most the cops had ever written in a night.
How many pickle tickets, though, Harold? How many pickle tickets? None with your lame ass party.
So my 5 buddies that lived there, and one other dude just because he was being aggravated, again got disorderly conduct tickets, $185, and then you got to go through the whole problem of finding a sober driver that can babysit the drunk people once you get them out of jail. So it was like 5 a.m. they came back. And they're making all kind of ruckus. Their blood's pumping. They're all pissed off that they went to jail. Like, nobody should be surprised that you went to jail. But.
Yeah. The person surprises you, dude.
I come crawling up, and I was upstairs, and they're down below. And I'm like, Jake, where the fuck have you been? It's like, dude, Anne Franked it. That's why my buddy Justin looks at me and goes, they let you go because they thought you were blind and deaf? My friends are so dumb that I can't even make jokes.
Does he sound like Keller? Those names even match. What'd you say to that?
It's like that's Helen Keller, you fucking idiot.
I just said yes, because I'm blind.
Yes, I had the stick and I acted like I couldn't hear them.
That's why. When they yelled at me, they said "you." I said "no." Just let that one go. And when this feels like Robitussin, he stays. He ain't going nowhere.
No fussing with the tussin.
No one's gonna pick his ass up for $3 and $8.85. We ain't keeping him at the popo. Oh, that's fantastic. What do you think about that one?
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that was amazing.
I'll tell you what, the hard part about this is going to be your stories have all been very consistent with each other.
Yeah, they're like all probably 16 months apart too.
What'd you go to school for?
I'm an engineer.
Oh, okay.
So,
You're still doing that to this day?
different kind of engineering than I went to school for.
Okay. What are you doing now?
This is mechanical integrity,
Okay.
which is not exciting.
No?
We look at stuff that gets corroded and try and decide how long we can keep using it.
You know what? That's cool with me. I drive a truck like an ape. So, no shame in that game. So, and this guy has to drive to tell people not to shoot nails to their hands. So, not to give themselves stigmata, so. You got one in mind, dude?
I do.
Do you really?
I do. I have a front runner. Surprisingly, I do.
I have a slight front runner. So, when you watched your mom's, did you guess the right one?
Yeah.
Now I have to remember me. Do you remember that one?
I remember it, but I can't remember how we did on it.
Do you remember which one was the Bullhucker? I can't remember
Yeah,
now.
she told a story about jumping up on the ice.
On the ice when they were
And then-
four-wheeling.
That's right.
And then thinking that the jump test was good enough to drive a Datsun. I don't think you can create as much. So we get like 38 inches of ice where I'm at.
Wow.
And so I was with my boss and we cut a big spearing hole, the spear pike through. And he cut the hole just massive. And he was on the phone and I was finishing up. And so we got this, 3 foot by 4 foot chunk of ice. And I looked at him and I just jumped on it. And he's like, "Oh my God, what do you..." It's like, it weighs as much as a slug bug. I'm not budging this chunk of ice.
Yeah. That's funny. That's, it must get cut. The weather down here is nothing to you then, right? Our weather?
Coldest I've seen was minus 40 without the wind chill.
Jesus.
So that's a
So
couple
my
years
girls
ago.
live in Hazen. I was talking to my oldest daughter one day, and I was asking her, "How cold is it there?" She goes, "It's 55 below." And I said, "It's 55 degrees here."
Yeah.
I said, "Do you realize that's 110 degrees difference?" And she's like, "Oh, it is, isn't it?"
So I used to bounce back and forth from Texas in North Dakota. And so I'd get on a plane, it'd be negative 30, and I'd get off the plane, it'd be like 80 degrees. So it's like 110 degree temperature
does
swing
that-
in a day.
In my job, when it's like -5, it's a bitch to even get anything open on the truck. It's all frozen shut. -40, how do you even survive that?
You don't.
You just don't go outside,
You don't
right?
go outside.
Yeah.
You get frostbite like instantly.
She asked me one day, she's like, "Dad, guess how cold it has to be for them to cancel school? Not how much snow, because they get like 3 feet, and it's like, whatever, they'll start 2 hours
Take
late."
a shovel, pussy.
I go, "I don't know, like 20 below." She goes, "No, that's when the grade school has inside recess." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Like it'll get like a little bit cold, and I'm a huge pussy now, and I'll be like, I'm working from home. It's too cold.
Yeah.
I'll like send a teenager to drive a Honda Civic in the ice to school. That does not bother me at all. But I'm not fucking doing it.
You'll be okay. How old are your kids?
We adopted a 17-year-old,
Okay.
and then I got a 2 and a 4-year-old.
The 17-year-old, you're like, you know what? Listen. Did you grow up here or did you grow up there?
I grew up in Missoula, Montana.
Okay, okay. Because you guys owned a tire shop down there, right? Your folks, yeah.
Yeah, my dad. We were born in Rifle.
Oh, okay. So Brush has never been your home. Which is wild because you have very thick roots here in this town.
Half the family, yeah.
Yeah, your mom's side there, because your great grandfather was the mayor as well.
Yeah, in fact, I was drinking at the Moose Lodge, right? That's what it's called?
Yes.
It's not the
Loyal-
American Legion's the other one that I always mix them up. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he's still got a clock up there. I
Oh,
was
does
like,
he really?
Shit, Leech jewelry.
That's kind of cool. I remember Leach Jeweler. That's how old I am. So you're not from around here either, though. So he's from Holly. You ever heard of Holly?
You're not missing much.
They produce rednecks like this son of a bitch right here. That's what it is, dude. All right. So, Jake, when we decide who has to pick first, we rock, paper, scissors to see which one of us has to guess first. Now, there's always been some arguments here. How do you rock, paper, scissors, man? Do you do 3 pumps or 4 pumps? Do you go rock, paper, scissors or rock, paper, scissors, shoot?
Not the shoot. I've never played that way.
Just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
3 pumper.
4 pumps, that's communist shit.
Jeez. So now I'm a commie. Okay.
Him and Dencia, he's actually got a lighter about it. Dencia straight up just like looks down at me like I spit on a baby when I tell her. She does. She gets so mad at me. Like, why, Larry? Why?
would you not do the
Like, 'cause that's how you do it, you weird ass. So, I think 3 pumpers might make it. I got
3 pumpers are making a comeback.
Yeah,
That's what my wife calls me.
3 pumpers. Better than one more pump than I ever got called. So, I do it to the rock paper. I go the pump. Ooh. Ready? We're doing 3 because we're 3 pumpers. We're 3 pumpers here.
All right.
Some communist shit. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
It's a cult. It's a fucking cult. You know what I'm saying? Ready?
I'm not used to doing things the wrong way.
As we talk about, you probably haven't heard us talk about it. For the longest time, we were on the separate page. Like I was shooting on 3, and he was shooting on 4.
So you just always throw paper because he's
so I
always
lost.
throwing rock.
Yeah, but I didn't.
No,
realize-
Because he's
but he
not
didn't-
throwing anything yet.
He didn't realize it. So he's always going scissors, and I was beating the shit out of him.
I thought this guy was clairvoyant, dude. I was like, fucking Adam's got some mutant ability. Rock, paper, scissors. Like if there was a Olympic event, I'm like, we need to send Voki, to China
I
or
have to
whatever.
ask Sanch how many times he beat me in a row on a road trip.
How many?
Like 80.
Because, like, yeah, apparently I do something stupid, and there's a pattern to my rock, paper, scissors, and he figured it out, and I couldn't figure out my own.
He
fucking
cracked your
pattern.
code.
Like, he cracked the
your own
code that I
code.
didn't even know I had.
Like,
So 80 times in a row, and I'm getting fucking livid. How is he doing this? He's reading my mind.
oh, I get it. Trust me, I get it. It's super frustrating, dude. Your mom's like, why are you doing your brother's chores? I'm like, because he owns me. He fucking owns me, Mom. He's some kind of mutant. Okay, man. We got 3 stories. Anne Frank, first time in jail, and Easy Tiger, man. What do you think? This is a tough one, man.
It is tough.
You were consistent.
I want to say Easy Tiger, just because you said you changed the characters, and that was kind of a shorter one, kind of taking a page out of Moose's book of the shorter story. I think that would be, well, they'd all be easy to change people up, but now I'm thinking Anne Frank. Bitch. That sucks. See, and the other hard part is those are great stories, and you're a great storyteller.
You are a great
so I
storyteller.
get all into the story, and it's like, wait,
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be looking for inconsistencies.
Yeah,
And I forget my job. I'm going to go with Easy Tiger, though. I'm going to stick with that one.
because of the...
Just because, it's easy to say, your buddy could have hit the dude and not you, or somebody else could have been dressed like a tiger.
It's funny because I'm agreeing with you. First time in jail, I think, is the true one. Which he's probably the Bullhucker, and he's going to nail both of us. That's probably what's going to happen. That happens all the time here. We get so convinced, like that's it. I think that one's true. Easy Tiger has the least amount of detail, and that's what I usually go for. But I'm going to go for Anne Frank on this one. I don't know why. I think I have a feeling it's Anne Frank. I don't know. I just got a weird feeling. But before you flip that over, I do want to say, if you liked the podcast today, on the right bottom hand corner of the screen, there's a little red dot. That's our subscribe button. Hit that. Subscribe to the podcast. Hit the little bell icon so it tells you when we have every Tuesday, every podcast come out. Stick around after we're done. We're going to have Gilbert on, the owner of this shop, and he's going to kind of explain what they're going to do here and how they're going to roll. And so it's going to be exciting. I'm really, as he explained it to us earlier, it's a super great idea for Little Brush, Colorado. I think it's going to be awesome. So I don't want to mess it up, because you've heard me talk the whole time, and I'm stepping over my I've been drinking earlier this morning, or on Robitussin or whatever. What'd you guys call it?
Scissor.
I don't know. You're like the most hip hop guy from North Dakota ever, aren't you? The Pickle Tickets.
I'm actually incredibly white, but noticeably white.
Okay, so I'm taking Anne Frank. You're taking Easy Tiger. Let's check out that board.
You guys are terrible.
First time in jail!
Oh!
Fucking called it.
So it did happen to my roommate. So I had to fuck it. I was the one that was trying to round up $3 in the silver. And I probably wouldn't have acted that depressed if I went to jail. I was just like, whatever. But he's not the jail guy.
So he had the spotlight on him. He had all that shit. Were you the MIP?
No.
Okay. So you weren't there at all.
No.
You're just.
I was just like, well, actually, I was like, my roommate always drinks and drives home. So, I know something happened to him, which is not good, but...
She told the cop that, listen, man, he does this shit every weekend. His record is flawless, okay?
Something definitely happened. I figured he was in jail for DUI, so especially when he told me $3, I was assuming I was going to need a bail bondsman, for $5,000.
$3 when you get arrested in Mexico? $3, Jesus.
You get a bond for 30 cents.
That's funny. So Anne Frank is a true story.
Yeah, and my buddy Justin is actually that dumb. He said,
she thought your buddy. That's amazing. We know we all do it, man. We all do it. It comes out of your mouth, and then you're like, oh, shit. Your inner voice is like, you stupid shit. That's Anne Frank, moron.
Yeah. Oh, and my buddy grabbed my phone. Because he's like, oh, I don't want the cops to know he's here. But his phone's sitting on the table.
Right.
It's like, why would a cop just take my phone?
Right.
It's somebody's house.
Or see a phone sitting on the table.
I'm crawling out of a crawl space. Can't find my phone. Glad I didn't piss my pants.
Well, if it's that cold, because then you'd have a pissicle.
The ceiling's leaking.
It's like I didn't have a chance to take a pee break before I fell asleep.
Is the roof pissing on us right now?
I need to call a plumber.
Is the roof pissing on us right now? Kind of in the woods fucking cabin is this? And it was out in the middle of nowhere, or it was in town?
It was, right in town. Right
okay.
On freaking one of the Broadway Street or whatever. No, it was on Granite Street, but yeah, right in the middle of town.
All right. And Easy Tiger is a true story.
Yeah, I was dressed like an adorable tiger with adorable tiger face paint.
You got a picture of that?
I'm sure I can find you one.
Well, you can send it to me. If he does send it to me, this is it right here. So I'll put it on the video. So.
This is the guy that thought he was tough enough to win a fight.
But take that on the other side. Does this guy tell that story if an adorable tiger kicks the shit out of him?
If he's a local, he's got too many fight stories to count, because that's all they do is just fight each other.
Yeah, but if you beat the shit out of him and you get little freckles, little tiger freckles, the cute little black nose, just beat the shit.
That's he loses no matter what. You beat up a guy, or you got your ass beat by an adorable tiger, or you beat up an adorable tiger.
That's true. That's the point.
So you got to take the...
Yeah, it's like the fighting the smallest guy in the bar.
So you got to take the route of when he wakes up the next morning with a shiner, and his buddy says, what the fuck happened to you? I got in a fight last night. That dude was an animal.
This tiger came out of nowhere.
It's either embarrassing or a hate crime, as far as they're concerned. So, okay.
Yeah, Daisy Duke backed him up.
You did not disappoint, man. Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
Were you nervous to do this at first?
Not too bad.
Okay. I always ask.
I had a few stories, and I was like, Can't tell that. No, can't tell that one.
Did you have a fourth one that you were thinking about telling or no?
Tell them the one about when we picked up the hitchhiker.
Well, we got a few minutes, man.
Oh, God. All right. So I got this dog. I don't know if you ever saw any Danish dogs, but...
I haven't. I think they got a new puppy, I think.
Yeah, no, this one,
Yeah.
he looks like a killer. And people are always like, oh, is he friendly? It's like, no, not really. Like, I have no idea when he's going to be vicious, and sometimes he does. So we pick up this hitchhiker. I got a tiny Toyota Tacoma with, like, the extra cab in the back where the seats, like, fold down sideways,
Sure.
you know? And we're outside of Bozeman. This guy's got, like, a Dakin, like, snowboard backpack.
Okay.
So we figured, like, just a snowboarder, car broke down, whatever. He's going to Bozeman.
Right.
We're right outside of town. So we pick him up, and he's just like, where are you going? Like, Idaho. I'm like, fuck. This is like a real hitchhiker.
Right. A professional.
This is like one of those people that's doing this because they've committed crimes or something, you know?
What's in the bag? Human head. Drive.
So yeah, you're already on the right track. This fucker immediately, like, looks around, starts digging through his backpack. And I'm like, dude, cool it, like, just chill. I don't want to know what's in your backpack. Whatever it is, it can fucking wait.
Yeah.
And so brother's like, what are you looking for? And he goes, none of your fucking business. Ooh, okay. Again, a little nervous because this guy, like, does crimes. I'm assuming.
Right.
He's not just a cool snowboarder in B-Town.
It's some of my poetry. Would you like me to read it to you? Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
that's not what he's looking for. in
You're
the
sure it's not a
backpack.
human head? I'd prefer it to be that, you know?
So he cools it until we're, like, away from all the towns.
Oh, jeez.
Starts digging through his fucking backpack. And Jesse goes, what's in the fucking bag? And he goes, none of your fucking business. So, pulled over side of the road, open up the back door. We have to fold the seat forward to get him out because it's a fucking tiny truck. And he's got him by the legs, and I'm like punching him, trying to get him to leave. And he's holding on for dear life. Like, maybe if I hold on tight enough, they'll get tired and then keep driving me.
Right.
Like, how the fuck does this scenario end for you?
Yeah.
And then eventually my dog fucking starts chomping on this guy.
Nice.
We get him out and kick him to the side, close the door. Still have his backpack.
Oh, no. Did you look at it?
Yeah.
Well, don't keep us waiting, man.
Yes, none of your fucking business.
I hate you. That's all. I didn't see it coming, did you?
Kind of, but
I
no.
did. Sort of like, yeah, Jake, this is what he tells us in the damn. Yeah, all right. Jake Spore, thank you so much for coming on, man. It was a good time. Everybody, thanks for checking us out on Moose Lundstrom.
I'm Adam Vokey.
Until next time. Oh, and stick around. We have Gilbert on going to tell you about the Brush Emporium. Thanks, Jake.
Yeah,
See ya. All right. So we're going to stick around for a few more minutes after Jake just pulled that. To hell with Jake, I say. So I took that hook, line, and sinker, man. So we're in the Brush Emporium. You have. There's many owners here. A couple
Yes.
people got together about this. What's going on here, Gilbert? What are you guys
So
going to
the
do?
downtown development group is the actual owners of the building itself. I mean, there's a group of Brush residents that has bought it, but the Emporium, we wanted to bring something that Brush doesn't have, and just kind of a multi-use building, but food, entertainment, business ventures, and we're obviously looking for anybody that wants to find space to rent or lease or get their feet started, entrepreneurs that are looking for something to not pay that outrageous price to get a building,
Right.
because it's not cheap anymore, but it's a big building, a lot of space, so
Right.
we're just coming in with a number of different things, and like I say, some of the stuff it's still in the works, so but we're definitely going to have food, and we're going to have
Eventually.
yes,
Eventually,
yep,
yeah.
yep. We'll definitely have many different things in here. But as we do the remodel and get started on this, we're pretty excited about bringing something downtown to Brush that hopefully will just jumpstart the downtown again, and
Right.
bring people down here at night and in the evenings and and have things to do.
So we're gonna start a Facebook page here for this. It's not quite running, but this will come out December 13th. There should be the 13th today. They can find it on Facebook.
Yes, sir. That'll be the start, and most of the details can come out after that. But we'll do our marketing blast and stuff and get more information out there. But the Brush Emporium on the Facebook page will be the best way to at least follow it.
And they can kind of reach out to you or Dana Sherman, right?
Yes.
To kind of to kind of get some direction. If you're interested, if you have a business you want to start up, you don't have a space, you can't afford a building, and so kind of get the ideas, because you guys are still kind of working it out a little bit.
Yes, yeah, and I mean, we have some, but it's just getting the details and of that, and codes and whatnot.
Right.
As I say, as you can see, it's an empty shell right now, so
Right,
we
right.
got a little ways to go.
But we'll be filming some more podcasts in here, so you can kind of see how it progresses and how it kind of grows, and
Yeah.
be kind of exciting, man.
Yeah, glad you guys were able to come in and do it.
Awesome. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Gilbert, thank you, man.
You bet.
And
Thank
once
you, guys.
again, thank you, and once again, bottom right hand corner, red button, subscribe. All right.
Small click for you, huge click for us.
I forgot to say that.
Totally forgot.
Oh, you were ready, weren't you?
I was ready. I was practicing on the way over here in my truck.
Oh, no. I seen you out there in the pickup talking.
would, yeah.
Because I give him so much shit about it. Because Dana does it like a dog. Or not Dana. Dempsey does it like a dog. I was like, snap, and she says it. And then Matt says tacos just to piss me off because he deeply wants me to punch him. So, anyway, thanks for checking us out. Next time, guys. Peace.